For the past 3 months, I have been working with businesses and helping them with eliminate the job that humans are doing by helping them deploy AI agents. And these are the three characteristics that I have seen that people are actually doing. It's not just about the technical skills, but how are you also showing up emotionally that impacts whether you will be or will not be replaced by AI. So I want you to carefully listen in on the 3 steps that I'll be telling you in the video going forward. And for each of them, I want you to do a self-evaluation of whether yes, you have one of those traits or no, you don't have one of those traits. And at the end, I will do an evaluation of based on your rating and which range you lie in, whether your job is or is not at risk. And please note that all this information that I have done is based on the real life experiences I have had, where I'm seeing people, the kind of jobs they are doing, how manual it is or how not manual it is, whether an AI agent can go ahead and do it or not. So please ignore that background noise. But yeah, so it's based on all of that, and I hope that it can help you in understanding what kind of jobs will survive or will not survive in the age of AI. Okay, so the number one thing is that you have to evaluate yourself. Do you or do you not overcomplicate solutions? Now, let me explain that a little bit more. When given a task, do you want clear instructions of how you can achieve it, or do you just get lost if you don't have a clear instruction or a clear task? One of the examples is that many people keep asking for roadmaps, right? So for any task that you're given, if you keep asking for a roadmap or you keep asking for clear specific instructions, honestly, that is something that an AI agent can do as well. Claude can do that. If I go ahead and give it, okay, hey, you have to go ahead and do this task. But what Claude cannot do is go ahead and look at the different business priorities, look at the human emotions, look at everything that is like something which is non-deterministic around your current problem space, and then try to come up with a solution for that. So that is something that you require a human to do, right? Like let's say for example, one of the things where I was doing something and one of my team members was like, okay, but how will this scale? How will we do this? How will we handle this? This is outdated, that, and all of the other random corner cases. But the thing, right, that I told him to focus on was that, hey, but that is not something that we need to care about right now. That is something that is going to be in the future scope of things. So if something is in the future, if something is not, does not need to be solved immediately, sometimes it's good to make that trade-off, but sometimes it might not be good to make that trade-off, right? So I want you to think about those things as well. And if you are one of the people who can make those kind of forward-looking decisions, then yes, you are going to be very, very valuable in the coming years, I would say. The next thing I want to ask you is that, are you someone who needs to be checked in on for solutions, for updates, right? So this is something that I've seen when I was working at Google as well, that if you're an engineer and you're not proactive in going ahead and giving your updates or telling people, hey, I'm blogged on this, or this is something that I'm currently working on, that will kind of negatively impact you, because you don't want to be on your boss's daycare list. Now, this is something that I read from Cody Sanchez as well. She is awesome. You should go ahead and check out everything that she teaches. But if you're on your boss daycare list, that means your boss has to come and check in on you and see what you're actually up to and what you're not up to. So that is something that nobody really wants. And well, I can just go ahead and check in on AI agents as well, right? And those are kind of people who won't ask me for breaks or won't ask for lunchtime. So if you are someone who needs to be constantly checked in on and you're not proactive in giving updates, giving your blockers, on just telling exactly what you're working on, and even if you are not working right now, right, if you're not accountable for your own plan, if you're not accountable for your own steps, then you are going to be in risk in the coming years. You have to be a person who knows how to take care of themselves, who knows how to lead, who knows who's accountable, and is not someone who needs to be babysit. Okay, sorry, excuse my language, but yes, you should not be someone who has to be babysitted all the time. The number three thing that I have to ask you is that, are you someone who comes up with solutions when a problem arises? Because problems arise all the time, right? But are you someone who knows that, okay, if this is a problem, but hey, wait, there are three ways where we can approach this problem. So if you're someone who kind of like approaches problems with solutions, then you are going to be very, very valuable, because this is something that we see is the current limitation with AI agents as well, right? So for example, the other day I gave one of Claude agent a task to do, and it kind of like went ahead and changed one of the formats from decimal to double. And when I asked it like, hey, why did you do that? Claude said that it wasn't able to do the decimal thing, so it changed it to double. But I was like, wait, but that is not correct, right? So I want you to flag it to me when you're not able to do something. So that is something the agents are doing currently. That if they are not able to do something, they go ahead and try to circumvent around the problem and just go about doing their own thing without actually flagging to the user what exactly the other solution could be. right? So you also have to be someone who can go ahead and suggest solutions, suggest things, just and not just say, "Hey, I'm blocked." So based on these three things, where did you land? If the answers to even two of this was yes, you are someone who does the opposite, as in like does not complicate solution or is accountable or comes up with solutions to problems, then you are not going to be replaced by AI. And these are things which apply to every profession, every role, no matter what you are in. So I hope that gives you clarity about what are the things that you want to have to develop on. And these are some emotional things, like I would say the personality things that you have to work on. And in the coming years, I think like that will be way, way more important than your technical skills. Your technical skills will be important, hands down, that is for sure. But these are something that will become more and more important. So let me know in the comments what you think about this video, and just go ahead and ask me if you have any doubts, and make sure you subscribe and comment and like this video and share this with anyone who has doubts about what kind of skills they should prepare for in the coming years. And I'll see you in my next one. Until then, bye bye.